divine infinite human beings. You're all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. And I'm here in the sun, okay? I'm gonna step in the sun now and talk to you about your health and the sun. Okay, actually I'm gonna sit down because I just had a health issue. And what I wanna talk to you about is how the sun is the cure for everything, okay? And we have a silent enemy among us every day growing in force. And unfortunately, most of the people on the planet don't understand exactly what this silent enemy is and what exactly it does, because it is actually a whole network in conjunction with a satellite cage that Elon Musk put around. And I'm bringing this up now because it's right in my face. For example, I've been away from it, but they're putting these networks everywhere in secret. They're not saying it, and they just put it in my little villa neighborhood up in the mountains because I was enjoying such wonderful health. It was great. And you know, they keep expanding. They're not stopping, even though we are. And I was feeling wonderful because I was out in the beach every day, you know, swimming and getting grounding and getting sun. So let me just ask you before I bring it to me, because I like to give examples. How's your health? Okay, that's the biggest question. How is your health? How is your health? Okay, seriously, how is your health? How's your mental health, first of all? How's your mental health? Are you feeling bad, depressed, suicidal? There's suicide rate on the planet is going soaring, okay? And so many people are feeling suicidal, all right? Yes, that's interesting. And also, okay, are you having headaches? You know, especially when you're on your devices. Do your eyes hurt? Do you have nausea sometimes and diarrhea? Do you have skin disorders, strange redness or growths or things on your skin? Yeah? Are you having trouble losing weight even though you've been eating healthy foods and things like that? Are you throwing off toxins at an alarming rate? You know, your lymphatic system, are you experiencing inflammation in parts of your body? Are old injuries, old hurts, old things that you thought, or even emotional things that you thought you were over, resurfacing? Okay, yes, that's also part of Ascension, and you can use that and transmute it, but it also is coming up because there's, you know, we have a silent enemy among us now. And a lot of this is not organic, does not actually come from you. It's implanted technology. So there's organic EMF, there's organic, you know, electromagnetic energy. Our earth generates it, our bodies generate it. We have around us electromagnetic energy. But when we are hacked into by these artificial frequencies, it comes into our body first as dis-ease, okay? First it reaches us on a vibrational level, and that is the first clue that you have a chance to actually realign and readjust yourself. And then if you don't take care of the problem, it continues into your spiritual bodies, because you have 4 bodies, your mental body, your emotional body, and then finally your physical body, and it manifests as a physical dis-ease. And if you don't take care of it, then it keeps augmenting, increasing, and you succumb to it. That's death, all right? And we've seen a lot of people die, but I'm talking to you on this video because I'm seeing things, you know, seeing things that are just leading up to a major, the real pandemic, the real deaths, because we're just in a perfect storm, and it's been so premeditated and planned, and you know, your health is at risk. So another problem is, and I'm finishing the book, The Pathway Home, which I'm going to be offering, you know, really soon. You know, it's coming out, it's being upgraded to deal with the problems we're facing, which I wrote with my husband, a Dr. Peter Monroy, OBGYN, and I'm a mental health counselor. So I just want to say I can't give you medical advice. I'm not a doctor, I'm a doctor's wife. So listen. The medical systems are failing, okay? They have failed already, but they're going to be failing so much because they're going to be inundated by all these diseased people, and they won't know what to do. The docs out there, the good-hearted docs, are going to try to fix it with their old tools, and they don't know biochemistry, well, actually, it's a new science. I don't even, it's really biotechnology, but it's also biomicrology, and how the electromagnetic fields interact with, technical artificial frequencies, and how that affects the mitochondria. The name of the game is your mitochondria, the building blocks of our body, and that's not something they learned. In med school, we're facing a crisis now that no traditionally trained doctor is prepared for, and not even the alternative docs. No, because the alternative docs are going to be, pushing healthcare, and even these who are pushing the shield and healed, shielding from the EMF waves, which is important. It's going to get harder and harder, because I just received from the head, Tasha, who's the head of the global protest, and she's very, up on the latest things that they're doing, and she talked about them. Now they're putting it in the ocean. They're laying lines in the ocean. So we're living in this electrical, magnetic, artificial waves soup that is detrimental to our organic structure. So of course we're going to have dis-ease, and the dis-ease is to tell you something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. But people and doctors aren't going to get it. And the biggest problem too is that people are going to have problems, and I did this the other day. I did it because I needed to do it and realize what happened. What happened was they installed a new upgraded electrical system, but I know it was installed because now it works together with 5G, because 5G not only works, from towers or cell phones or whatever, but now it's everywhere. It runs into your electrical system. All these LED and fluorescent lights that, have been installed lately, it's everywhere, and it's in the people around us because they have been injected with biotechnology, and they are now like cell phones. And here I am on my cell phone, because now that's the way we're all communicating. And the banking, even to get your money, you have to use a cell phone. So we have all these Wi-Fi signals everywhere. So what happens is when you get a problem, and I had a problem because it was a new, I have to alchemize it whenever they add a new layer, but I had all these old issues coming up, and I was like, what's going on? And the insects who were everywhere disappeared, and my plants that were thriving died, and an old injury in my tooth came back. So I went to the dentist. Okay, what do? You're a good person. You just control, make sure that I didn't have an infection in my root or whatever. Well, the guy, good old Sicilian guy, he couldn't get the root because you see it, so he zapped me I don't know how many times, and I was going, oh my God, this is not good. But he got it finally, nothing's wrong. I went home and my foot swelled up, which is another old energy. And I was, then what did I do? I stayed in bed with my foot elevated, like everyone said, and I was on my computer, and I was in Wi-Fi, and it kept swelling up. So the thing is, we're not getting the root cause of this. And I was then cued to, and I'd listened to him before, Dr. Cruz, really good guy who really knows his stuff as a doctor. And he's talking about how important it is to get in the sun constantly, always be in natural light, which makes sense. Organic natural light from the sun, from the stars, is the cure for this artificial blue light, this artificial, the EMF waves and everything. So, and I know grounding is really important, but sometimes, and he mentioned it, we have to be careful where you're grounding yourself, because you could now be in a hot spot. For example, in New York City, you don't want to go out and ground yourself, because you're grounding yourself into a AI network of wireless, it's a cage around you. And I've seen them here in Sicily. We got to see it really happen in 2 years, because they were basically in the Stone Ages with technology. which I loved when I first got down here. And then they had to upgrade it, really downgrade it in 2 years. So they tore up all these ancient cities and laid these wires. They put all these towers everywhere. They attached the antennas to all the little lights, and the people didn't even notice. They just thought they were getting sick, you know, because of this deadly virus. So they went and they got the only solution possible. So, and now, unfortunately, the hospitals actually, especially in social medicine, they get money. They're, you know, they're going to be inundated with all these tests and everything that will bankrupt them. But they're getting paid when people die. 3,000 euro every time a person dies of COVID. So it's really gonna be tricky this year. And one of the things that Dr. Cruz does talk about is migrating, if you need to places that get sun, like around the equator, that are constantly bathed in sun and high energy. So, you know, and are protected areas. So stay tuned. I'm in this too with you, and you know, we're gonna have to really stay abreast of all the new developments, because we're dealing with technology that's been hidden from us that we don't know how to deal with, and we're all in this together at this point, because it's a big polluted soup, you know, like polluting all the sea, so all the fish are dying, you know, and we're the little fishes in DARPA's internet. Ciao for now.